So, things seem to be going well around here. Checking up here, we have a very good stock of food and water up this way. And also down here. So that's not a concern anymore, or at least not right now. Getting more food and water isn't going to be very much of a problem either. Right now, the biggest problem is equipment. We have very limited equipment. We only have this sling and pebbles for a ranged weapon, and we also don't even have very good facilities for crafting or things like that. So right now we're going to be hunting for technology. And I assume, checking the map, there should be somewhere nearby that has technology. Ah, look at this, an electronics store. Digging that deeply into town will be difficult though, with the hordes in the way. It should be mostly safe around here at nighttime. I don't remember zombies being around here during the daytime, or at least not very much. I don't think I've scavenged this building yet, and it might have some books in it. Smartphone. Barely useful right now. Oh look. Target practice. Hardly a problem even in the darkness. What else is around here? Lots of supplies in the kitchen that we mostly don't really need. The spray can might be useful for later though. A lot of noise coming from down there. Very interesting. I hope it's not something horrible. So, I haven't actually explored this far into town yet. I'm not sure what there is to find. This is why I like bringing these lockpicks. They're not as loud as the crowbar. There. There's a television here. I don't even really know what those are useful for, but I'm going to take it anyway. This probably isn't a book that I even want. Every book I've found so far is useless to me. Oh, look at how much storage that is. Unfortunately, it's a poor fit. I think I'm warm enough for right now. Remember when food was a problem? And now, it's a problem in a different way. In this case, I have so much food I don't know what to do with it all. There it is, right below us. But there's also something in the way that I don't know about. But thankfully you can fire through the fence. This is not something I wanted to run into. Now the only really good option is to just retreat. I think we've done enough in town for right now. Perhaps the wilderness is something interesting. Hold on a second. Some ammunition for a gun I don't have. And nothing else. I'm not sure how safe it is to go out into the wilderness at night. Yeah. If nothing else, it trains survival skill. I think that's enough time out here for right now. Home should be right over here. Yeah, there it is. I don't remember where the medicine pile is, if I even have a designated pile for that. Trying to keep everything organized. So that was barely successful. Perfect, it's all frozen solid. In order to defrost that, I would need to start a fire. Oh yeah, that's one thing I should do. I should collect firewood while I'm at it. There. So that's going to be 61 2x4s. That's a lot of fuel and a lot of resources in general. Where are the nails in here? 121 nails. Yeah, that should be enough for a long time. But now we're hungry again and thirsty. I think we're just going to start a fire and start thawing some of this out really quickly. So what are we going to want to have? Perhaps it would be better to just purify some water immediately. And I know exactly how I'm going to do it. Oh, never mind. I think there's some water in the wilderness. Yeah, so here's the plan. I'm going to fill the canning pot with water because it's a huge volume. And then I'm going to bring that back and hope that the fire is still lit. Here are some small ponds here. Look at all of that water. That's 24 liters or 100 cups. That's enough to last forever. And I can just keep that in reserve. A lot of interesting recipes here. And what the one we're concerned with is this one here. Since the canning pot is already full of unsafe water, it would be unwise to make too much water and have nowhere to put it. So I'm going to put 4 units into the thermos because I know it can hold at least that much. And then I'm going to make another few in order to drink immediately. There. And so now all of our reserve water is just going to sit right there. Now, what should we do next? Yeah, the fire is still on. The fire is still turned on. So we could read, but I doubt we have any good books right now. These books are all just for fun. And I already read these two books a lot. And these books, I'm pretty sure, don't have anything left for us either. Actually, this one I haven't finished. Excellent. And there's still a lot left in it to learn. Yes, knowledge is power. And so is firewood. I don't think I should waste any more time on this right now. I'm going to leave the thermos here because it's heavy. There. So now we should be ready to go back out again, and it should be daytime now, so that'll make everything easier. Yes, this entire area looks clear except for that up there, which I could deal with right now, since it's so close to the house. Forgot to equip the sling first. Actually, I think doing the full butchery might be more useful to get the bones. I could turn that into glue instead of just smashing them really quickly, although that could waste a lot of time. I'm not sure it's worth the time. Aha! So look at this horde down here. That's something I don't want to go anywhere near until I have the means to dispose of it. One idea I had was to do a big trap, either light a big fire and draw them into it, or set nail boards maybe? I don't know how effective those are yet. But something like that in order to deal with them in mass, instead of trying to deal with them one at a time with a sling. Everything would be a lot better with a better weapon than this. This is literally Stone Age technology. Only slightly better than just throwing rocks. And this is what we were dealing with yesternight. Yes, this entire area. Which is unfortunate because that's the path to the electronics store, which we want to get into. Yeah, we could just settle for looking around in here to see if there's any good books. Well, if nothing else, there's a flashlight. Really weird kitchen design where the refrigerator is mostly blocking the way into the bathroom. Actually, should I start smashing these things? I don't think I need any of the parts because I already have most of them. Oh, I've never seen this before. 800 cups of any liquid. Imagine all the water we could store. And then at that point, water is no concern. I'm just going to leave that here. It would be impractical to try to transport it back right now. Let's take a look at this vehicle. Yes, it looks mostly intact. It has some fuel and some battery, and it looks to be operable as well. So, possibly a good idea to mark this, or just remember it for later. What's this? It's gardening supply. That could be useful. No, I'm not really doing any farming yet. That's for much later. Now what's back here? Now the gas station. A pawn shop, that could have anything. Definitely going to want to look at that later. This gas station seems to have a building adjoining the refueling area. These zombies seem to have spotted me, so I might need to deal with those before anything else. I would prefer for them not to break the glass, but there's really no option. They're probably all going to see me if I don't retreat immediately, and wait for some of them to funnel through. Fortunately, they seem really stupid and don't want to actually come after me, so I can just throw artillery fire at them from all the way over here, and it's no problem. Their situation resolved. And now I can just casually walk in and no problem. Uh-oh. I should go through here quickly so that doesn't become a bigger problem. Yeah, strangely still haven't noticed me. Oh. Interesting. Hmm. Now that would be useful if I could even do vehicles right now. However, there is something down here that looks interesting. This looks like an electric bike. Now that could be useful for beginning. It seems like this electronics store is going to be well guarded, so I don't think I can get all the way to it yet. Yeah, but this area down here, yeah, the path to that seems to be mostly blocked from all of this. I think this is it right here. So I could try going around to it. Oh, this is an interesting one. There could be a lot of things there. I should check there first. Oh, there's actually nothing here. At least nothing of interest. Oh, I just now noticed that. I could use this money at the vending machine. I can't afford to waste any time on that. I don't like how this looks. Yeah, perhaps I should stay out of that area. They seem to be swarming something. It's a good thing that I'm not there anymore. I'm over here instead. There's a wood stove over there. I'm not sure if I can take that and redeploy it somewhere else, but I'm also not sure that I need to with my fireplaces. Looking from here I can see a spoon, a glass jar of canned tomatoes, and a lighter, but no books. Is there a library anywhere in here? A subway station? That could be interesting. Bank, that's useless. Ice cream, that's the most important thing here. I need to find a way to get there later. Practically everything but a library. But we need that knowledge. Is it a good idea to go underground here? Probably not. Oh, this is ominous. I have no idea where these could lead. Getting hungry, thirsty, and tired. What's the status drain from that? Not too severe. So that would mean that we should have enough time to go down here to this abandoned storefront and investigate. After I restock on some ammunition. Actually, I think I might have had all but one pebbles. So I might want to prioritize that first before going anywhere. The nearest forest is to the north and it's really far away. I should just avoid combat for right now. Oh, that's not something I want to be dealing with. And it's pretty close. I should just go up to the forest right now. Those light boulders are a great resource for rocks. That's not what I wanted to see. Going to try to stay as far away from that as possible. And that. And whatever that is. Even though it's right next to 3 light boulders. I have a feeling that if I get spotted by any demons right now, I'm already dead. What's going on up there? I think the demons and zombies are fighting. I could loot the battlefield, but that would also be too dangerous for right now. Yeah, that should be enough for right now. So that's enough ammunition to last a few days, about 2 days, and by that I mean 3 seconds. And so now there should be enough time to... actually the day is almost ended. And once the day is ended, it would be too dark to engage in any serious combat. So I think now it would be a good time to go home. I have no idea what that thing does. Very strange. That's weird. I thought I shut that window. Oh, I can't even get to the window. Must have everything in the correct place and orientation. There, perfection. And now to deal with the needs. Now, to decide what to do with the remaining time of the night. I could sleep, but that would technically be a waste of resources. Or I could go outside and do some various things. Actually, let me check something. I cannot currently craft stone axe, so I can't get that. I can't get more firewood, although why would I need to? I already have too much. Actually, right now I should probably stop. This is dragging on.